Millions of Americans own a personal computer. If you're one of them, you can now glimpse the future with nothing more than a modem, a phone line, and a few dollars a month.
He is talking about the early World Wide Web. Although they are commonly thought of as the same thing, the internet is a huge network of computers all connected together, whereas the World Wide Web, WWW, or Web for short, is a system that gathers documents and other information that is accessible via the internet. Your web browser uses the internet to access the web. The creation of the World Wide Web is one of the largest technological advancements in computer history. Sir Timothy Berners-Lee's invention of the World Wide Web allows scientists to share research data, opened a new platform for universal communication, and eventually led to the ability of the common person to easily access a world of information. As a result of the Cold War, in the mid to late 1900s, the United States Department of Defense created the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, also known as ARPANET, in an attempt to keep up with the Soviet Union's rapidly advancing technology. ARPANET, founded in 1969, became the technological foundation for the Internet. This image shows an ARPANET logical map from 1975 detailing the path by which data is transferred.
The start of all of this is that if you work on your computer and I work on my computer, and you and I have to solve a problem together, wouldn't it be nice if my computer was connected to your computer?
There was this organization in the government called ARPA that was interested in computer networking.
The Advanced Research Projects Agency is directed to moving technology in areas that are important to national security.
Tim Berners-Lee was born on June 8, 1955 in London, England. Berners-Lee was the engineer and computer scientist credited for the invention of the World Wide Web and other similar technologies. There is a history of computer science in Berners-Lee's family, as his parents, Mary Lee Woods and Conway Berners-Lee, were engineers that worked on the first commercial computer, Ferranti Mark I, which was installed at the University of Manchester in 1951. He attended the University of Oxford and graduated in 1976 with a first-class degree in physics. After Oxford, he designed computer software for 2 years at Plessey Communications in Poole, Dorset, England. From there, he began a temporary contract job as a software consultant in 1980 at CERN, a particle physics lab in Geneva, Switzerland. While at CERN, Berners-Lee created a software known as Inquire, named after a book Berners-Lee read in his childhood, Inquire Within Upon Everything. It used hypertext, like web page links today, to link phrases in one document to other related documents. To Berners-Lee, hypertext is a way to link and access information of various kinds as a web of nodes in which the user can browse at will. However, in 1980, when Inquire was created, hypertext systems relied on a centralized database to work, making accessibility difficult. For this reason, Inquire was considered a somewhat failure, but provided the basis for the future World Wide Web. After leaving CERN in 1981, Berners-Lee worked for Image Computer Systems in Ferndown, Dorset, where he designed a variety of computer systems. Coming back to CERN in 1984, he began to work on his biggest project yet, the World Wide Web. During this time, the Internet was a network developed by the Pentagon that was used by researchers around the world to exchange messages through mail groups. CERN was home to the largest internet nodes in Europe, but locating and sharing information wasn't as easy as it is now. Tim says about those days at CERN, there was different information on different computers, but you had to log on to different computers to get at it. Also, sometimes you had to learn a different program on each computer. Often, it was just easier to go and ask people when they were having coffee. Berners-Lee imagined that by combining the internet with the technology hypertext used in Inquirer, it would provide access to interactive information with other members of the staff at CERN. So, in March 1989, Berners-Lee submitted his proposal for the web to CERN, called Information Management, a Proposal. According to Berners-Lee, this was in order to develop a radical new way of linking and sharing information over the internet. This would allow researchers from all over to transmit data without the delay from mail groups. However, this proposal was not accepted immediately by CERN. Mike Sindall, his boss at the time, wrote, "Vague but exciting" on the cover. Berners-Lee continued working on the project despite CERN never taking it on. In September 1990, he began work using a NeXT computer, one of Steve Jobs' early products, and by October, he had written the 3 fundamental technologies of the World Wide Web still used today. He first wrote the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. This protocol defines how messages are transmitted and designed to give documents addresses on the internet. The addresses were known as URI, Uniform Resource Identifier, now known as the Universal Resource Locator, or URL. He also made the Hypertext Markup Language, HTML, for formatting web documents. To make the network visible to the user, he created the first web browser known as info.cern.ch, which he named the World Wide Web. It didn't attract much attention at CERN, so on August 6, 1991, he allowed public access to his website. He provided instructions without a fee for the setup and the software. Soon, his invention spread through the community of computer enthusiasts who used his technology to build their own websites. For scientists and researchers, it was no longer a worry if other scientists used a different operating system. It was also easier to post information on the web than in mail groups previously used. The World Wide Web made it possible to download software and provide access to a range of areas, such as photography, audio and video files, and artwork. Government agencies also began using the web to make their information public. With the ability to reach a broader audience than just computer specialists, use of the web spread to the public. The overall success of the World Wide Web prompted entrepreneurs wanting to make a profit on Tim's invention. However, he declined all offers. Berners-Lee realized that the web's true potential came from allowing anyone anywhere access to it, without a fee or having to ask for permission. He explains, "Had the technology been proprietary and in my total control, it would probably not have taken off. You can't propose that something be a universal space and at the same time keep control of it." For this reason, in April 1993, CERN, alongside Berners-Lee, announced that the code would forever be on a royalty-free basis, thus sparking an international wave of innovation and creativity never seen before. Berners-Lee held his first World Wide Web conference on May 24, 1994. The main purpose was to share Berners-Lee's vision to create a consortium to help the web develop smoothly. In 2009, Berners-Lee established the World Wide Web Foundation in order to advance the web by connecting everyone and enhancing participation. According to MIT, in June 1993, there were 130 websites. Today, there are more than 1 billion. Thanks to Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the World Wide Web connected the world in a way that was not possible before, breaking the ultimate barrier of communication and information.